I have to remember that after I have made that beautiful money that I want, and I actually want a lot of money, by the way. After I have made all that, a lot of money, studied and done all those things, I want to come back and spend the money with the people that I love. But if I chase around many other things and destroy the connection with him and the children, when I come back, I will not have who to spend the money, a lot of money that I have made. So in my head, this remains. I am a wife. I have to do my duties. And who assesses me? Him. So he gives the report. The children, you will get to know at school, when I would be away for a long time, they would misbehave. Not like beating others, but they would become agitated. It is your role as a mother, because after that time, they are here for only 18 years. They will go. After 18 years, you have a whole lifetime. If the Lord allows, you have a whole lifetime to chase whatever you want to chase. Keep the pace. Don't step back too much. But at the same time, do what you should do at the right time.
Wow, okay. You have taken us to parenting. Thank you so much. We had the husband, there is what we call writing at Marriage Insights. Writing is the sexual act. The book is the women's private parts, and the pencil is the husband's pencil. You all know it. Now, Mr. Nitwe, we had a case just a few weeks ago. The husband and the wife rent a double room. So it means the children are all in the same room. Now here comes this husband. He says or suddenly the husband wants to write from the bedroom, where he very well knows that the children's bed is right here. There is a reason to why we invited you both, because there are things we really want to hear from the perspective of a husband. Given the fact that wives are here, they want to learn on something. So this wife is wondering what exactly is going on. And the husband is so rigid, he is not even showing any sign that he wants to adjust and keep writing from wherever they've been writing from. And I think we even shared with my husband, sometimes we even use we write from anywhere here. Anyway, in the house. Because we have an opportunity to, but have. So that, is that indiscipline? Is it bad manners? Or is it rigidity? Or is it is not poverty? It is bad manners. To me, please share with us, how can a wife go about such issues without stumbling the husband in one way or the other?
You know, I think that we need to be careful that we do not do things to our pleasure at the expense of some people, children in this case.
Yes, thank you.
Because we have children who are going to get this distortion, drawing images of their father and their mother having sex or making love. That is not going to leave them. It's going to go with them forever. Besides, we're not short of options. I agree with you. Any part of the house is good to use, all right? Except where you are indecently exposed, whether it's to the children or to the neighbors. So please, let's allow for some flexibility. And some of these things, we do them because we think that we're entitled. So the level of entitlement needs to kind of lower, and we need to have a discussion about some of these things. Say, look, we're risking, we're making it uncomfortable for our children. I make love to her. I want her to be in her calm state, not anxious or panicked or unsure might happen or someone might find us out. All right? Things which very thriller things. But you don't want to do those all the time. And the reason I want her to be in her calm state is because I want her whole person present. And that's what the husband should be looking for, to be fully involved with the wife. But if the wife is anxious and is worried about the kids hearing them, she can't express it. Of course, she can't express herself in that kind of a situation. So even the husband is missing something. So maybe she should come from a point of saying, you know, you miss a little something more when the kids are around.
They are hearing. They are watching
Yeah,
you.
yeah, true.
Wow, this is so beautiful. I mean, I saw you with the white paper. Do you? Anyone has a question before we wind up this session? We will not come back to it. If you have a question, please give it to Dorcas, and she brings it here right to us. I think when you talk about finances, we suddenly swap to parenting. I think parenting is something that cannot be skipped. Not at all, not even in our times, not even in the former times. Now, I also want to say that parenting is irreversible. There is a stage in your child, if you miss, never return. We have a generation of women who do not want to. But if you can have an opportunity to breastfeed your child, breastfeed them. It is once for only 2 years. You don't women slimming while breastfeeding. I don't know who is bewitching who. But I would really love to know. Why would you go juicing? Why do you want to? Some of us were really too small. But that's far. But that's far. So some things can really wait. You have once in a lifetime to breastfeed. Do it. Size can wait. You cannot be 6 months nakawere and you want to slim. You're cheating on your baby. You're cheating on yourself. You're cheating on the lifetime investment of breastfeeding that will never be reversible. So if you have an opportunity to raise your children, do. Maids are good. They are very good, but they really don't know what to do sometimes. Yes, you will say, Mrs. Intege, for us we be away. We are working. We are all working. That one you should know. But we're trying as much as we can to be in the lives of our children. Your husband, if he's not supportive enough, try as much as you can to be present. There are things that your children want to speak to you about, but when you come back, you're tired and gloomy. They fear you. What should they say? Some of us are raising teenagers already. Some of us are raising stepchildren. These stepchildren at a certain extent want to get into your life, but you're absent. They equally see as their absent mother. So let's try as much as we can to be present in our children's lives. We were talking on money. Mrs. Chibirige, we have couples in long distance marriages. And when I mean long distance, I don't mean safari. If you travel from Kampala and go to Guru, that is not a long distance. Maibanyankore call that a safari, Jone safari. If you come from Bushenya and come to Kampala, sorry, you are on safari. When safari ends next weekend, you go back home. I am talking about the couples. The wife, the husband went away to the outside countries, as my people call them, to the outside countries to look for greener pastures. Some of these people are waiting for money, but money has not come. Yet they stayed here, either the husband, one of the two. How should this one, especially the person who has remained here, what should they do? I mean, for the betterment of us. I am left in a dilemma. Did you get another woman or husband? I mean, especially for the person who is here. I am starving, even sexually, no writing. I'm missing both. You, the about everything. And yet I want to be a faithful wife or actually faithful wife. How?
Okay. Long distance all goes back to the relationship between these two people. Before the person left? How has it stayed when the person is there? How are they communicating?
Most of the time, the way we want things to be is not the way they happen.
I think a person has left. You might think this is the mentality we Ugandans get when a person says I've gone abroad. We expect them to have money the following week or the following month. But I've had stories from my immediate relatives. It is also hard there. Communicating and the relationship between you and the person who has gone is good, you will know. He will tell you, I've had people there for 2 years, and for us we are seated here waiting for money. But the person is not even working. He doesn't even have the money to even get a ticket and even come back. So how it all goes back to how your relationship was. If it was bad, don't expect it to be good when the person has gone. They have challenges. But if you say it for good and for worse, maybe that is your worst. You have to stay put, stay faithful, work hard. Like I also said, God gives men, He gives it to women.
Amen. I take it.
There are women with buildings around Kampala that men have not even built. Mm-hmm. If it is the same God, do you think it will be different? If you trust God and you tell Him, Father, look at the responsibility before me. What can I do? He will surely bless you. He will surely give you wisdom, and you will sustain. You've stayed sexually. You are starving. Man, you can talk the Holy Spirit to kill those whenever. After the woman is not here.
Yes.
So are you going to be hoping from one to another that, my husband is not here, my wife is not here? I think it all goes back to your relationship also with God. How is it?
Yes.
Is it strong enough to sustain you the period the person is not here? Because I have seen people who have cheated when the person is even there. They are seated on the same table, another person. So distance or no distance, it makes no difference when a person wants to do what they want to do. But what I want to tell women who have stayed and men have gone, I'll speak on behalf of women because I don't know what men go through when they have stayed. I have one time, I think when I was pregnant with my first daughter, my husband left. And he had even intentions of staying because it is good there.
To go through the pregnancy and even take care of my baby. That one I told him that I'll give my baby names and nothing will change. The next thing I heard was, he told me, I'm very determined when it comes.
There is nothing that can come between that. So if you've stayed, wake up, wekunganye, gakabo male, because no one is going to kukusasira for long. Get up, take care of those children God has blessed you with.
Wow.
Because it is you who has carried them for 9 months. Actually, I normally tell my abasajja, they just besiba ku connection eno ey'omwana. I mean, they don't feel it. For us, we feel it from day one. So the bond between us and the children as mothers is greater than what men feel. So I feel if there is anyone who can be on the top, be on the lead where children are concerned, it is the woman. Normally, when I decide something concerning children, he said, because I have their best interest at heart. And when I say they are going there or they are not going, most of the times it doesn't interfere. So by the time I say they are not going, I mean it. They are not going. Because I mean, no one understands them better than I do. So if you've stayed and you've been left with children, stop saying, I'm such again, I'm such again, I'm such again, and stop making it a song. Wake up. Think of something. I used to have a boss who used to say, when you make a mistake, and then you say yes, are you supposed to use it? And then you're like, so if you're supposed to use, so if you've stayed and you have a brain, that brain functions the same way other brains function. Wake up and use that brain to feed your children, to take care of your family, and to wait. Pray to God to give you the grace to wait. Wait if you have to.
Wow.
Depending on the relationship that is there. I know a person who has waited for 11 years. It is as hard as that. Was left with one child, 11 years, and she still hopes the man will come back.
Wow. May the Lord bless her for us. Yes, I think this is our last question. Please feel free. Can add on some.
Had an example of living or staying. Maybe we stayed long distance in our first 3 years, about 3 years. It can be, but we kept in touch. I had issues, I had difficulties. No, we kept in touch. So it is not as tough as it would be. But what I would want us to, as she says, it being our last question, still sticking to things to do with money, I would say get the right knowledge that you need about money. What you know is not enough. Get knowledge about money. We are in an era where you can get all kinds of information and get rich in that. So get knowledge about money. It will help you on what you believe about money and your perspective, so that you do not find you have to now fight over things like saving, things like investing, things like tithing. This one wants to tithe gross, this one wants to tithe net. Then the other one is talking about, me, I don't tithe. Then we are talking about saving. Why do we save? What if this happens? Then the other one is saving a little for a rainy day, which will surely come. You're not supposed to be saving for only rainy days, but for more things than rainy days. So all that comes back to what you believe about money and your perspectives about money. If they are not in the right place, we will have secrets, as in you hide money, and then you will have each other blaming each other. Trust, when I give him this money, he uses all of this, he hides this from me, he takes it to the other girlfriend. My woman is very extravagant, has to do like he said. Get the heart in place, the right things and the right things in place, so that money will stay in its position. It will not tell you what to do, you will tell it what to do. I think that's what I have to say about money.
The next to what she says is, we need to determine who we give accountability to. If my accountability is to my wife, we are almost equals, I can choose to default on that accountability. But if my accountability is to God, he sees everything I do. So he sees my expenditures, he sees the real reason why I'm making those expenditures. He sees my motive for those expenditures. He sees the real reason why I want to involve myself in certain trades. He knows. So my accountability to God must be strong. It must be continuous, must be alive. Then it will be easy for me to have an open accountability with her. The other thing which I want to say is, for people who do business together as husband and wife, that can get very tricky very quickly. Who decides what? So please talk to people who are in similar situations.
Please, just, I know our time is fast spent.